It's not even seeing the Navigraph charts window at all. I don't know why. One sec. Navigraph charts definitely running. There we go. Now it sees it. So now I should be able to bring that and that. Right, okay. OBS is like, if OBS could just find things by name instead of being very, very picky, I think, you know, it'd be a lot better. Right, anyway, let's crack on. So we're flying out of Graz. Remember we went to Graz last night? Flying out of Graz, low G. We are Thomas Cook, which I believe is TCX in the UK. UK registered Thomas Cook, I think. So we've got 34, random number. Departs 1925. It's a bit tight. Let's go like 9:35. Let's do that. And A320. So basically where that goes is Graz here, low G. So we've got to cross. I can't remember that. Is that? I can't remember that country. Across the Adriatic, we'll have Venice on our right, but we might be a little bit high. I don't know what cloud's going to be like, and then we'll be descending down into the top side of Italy, and then potentially looping back for Florence, although I don't know. I haven't looked at the approach at all. So that's the plan. Why does it always default to that? We'll just give it a name. Let's have a look at the routes coming in. Brief. Okay, so I don't think anybody flies this IO. But John is Slovenia. That's Slovenia though, isn't it? Cool. Alright, let's generate that. We'll figure out where we're departing. Watched all the Microsoft Flights and videos in the weeks up to the game's launch, but I haven't seen you playing in a while. Did you take a break? I did, Seth. I did take a big break, actually. But I'm back. So that's our flight plan today. 6.4 tons of block fuel. Yeah, 6.4 tons of block fuel. It's got us pegged on 16C. Even though I think there's a left and a right runway here, bizarrely. I need to check that. Radley 5G. We're going 5G in this departure. Let me bring up the flights in Valenta. Second import. So that's got it in Valenta now. Right, that's all to be done there, I think. Let's get rid of that. Ciao from Italy. Right, do we want to go cockpit yet? Probably. Let's start getting everybody on board and stuff. My flights. They really have Craigio. Import from SimBrief. Departing in 22 minutes approximately. So the METAR is 1308 knots, quite nice. Okay, variable 9632. Okay, we have got some scattered cloud up there, but it's fine. Nothing major. Nothing major at all. Let's get everybody on board. Do you have a video on those Stream Deck button panels? I do not. Honestly, Stream Decks now come with a bunch of built-in icons, and you just configure it to... all you're really doing most of the time is when you press that button, it presses a key. Like, for example, landing lights, Control L. Yeah, so you can press Control L on your keyboard, your landing lights will come on. You just map a button, so when I press that, it does Control L. That way, you don't have to remember, oh, it's Control L for lights. It's just this button here with a nice picture of a light on it. That's all it really does. Most of the time. You can get plugins that talk direct to the sim, but they're kind of ongoing development. For the most part, I generally use it as a keyboard mapper for games, but I have an OBS plugin, so it talks directly to OBS so that it can change scenes, switch on and off, different devices and stuff. Like you can mute the microphone with it and that kind of thing, and it talks directly to OBS for that. Just a Devil Dude, 58 months, speed alive, 80 knots, V1 rotate. I heard they're working on that, but for the whole V1 rotate, because it currently doesn't do that, which is not ideal. Let's get this loaded in. Data request. To the Rex, thank you, 42. Ben GT, thanks for gifting a sub to Flug Reason. Welcome back, Flug. OG LI on Q, that sounds good. C634, that sounds correct. And we'll end it that. Using a yoke on an Airbus. How could he use a yoke on an Airbus? Unflyable, literally unflyable. TCX34. I don't know how to do it, but then I've got an excuse for my poor landings now. Cost index is 5 today. Blimey, keeping it cheap. Keeping it cheap. 290 on the cruise. I'm not online, Zugoku. No. I'm not online. I don't want 737s in my face. Let's get rid of that. Okay, we'll get that in a second. Let's have a look at the flight plan. Right, let's get everybody starting on board while we mess about with this. You noobs forget the A300 yoke before Airbus went to side stick. Get yourself on VATSIM, man. I will when I feel comfortable with the plane. But, you know, I'd rather get used to the plane before I do that, to save the controllers some grief. And myself some stress, to be fair. You know, I'm starting to get comfortable with the Airbus again, but initially there's a lot to focus on because nothing is automatic. And the last thing you want to do is layer on control the directions on top and calls, radio calls and stuff. We are going out of 16C, so it does have a center. Okay. Rightly 5G, apparently. Rightly 5G. Departure, insert. Let's have a look at that. Does that look sensible to you? Yeah, that looks absolutely fine. That takes us into Big 2. Now, if we have a look at what's going down at the arrival currently, variable at 3 knots. So, arguably, you could land wherever you want, really, at that point. Scattered clouds at 3,000. We should be able to have a decent landing. It'll look nice, actually, I think, with these scattered clouds. Good that you started earlier. I was struggling to find a filler YouTube video till 11. What happens at 11? If you don't mind me asking. Okay, so it was planning an arrival. Actually, let me bring up my Navigraph for a second. Go to Navigraph and have a look. I assume we're coming in on the Big 2-3 queue, which is that arrival there. That's fine. And then it's got us down on 05. Whoops. Then you start streaming. Somebody didn't get the memo. Let's see. ILS. When they've got a Yankee and a Zulu, I'm never quite sure. Is this just like an alternative, or is there like some actual difference between the Yankee and Zulu? Apart from the radio frequency and stuff, but is it like, what is the reason to do this? Does anybody know the answer to that? Usual start time on Squirrel Tootsie. No, I did say I was watching the F1. Is it literally just redundancy? I don't know. Generally don't know. Nibto, what would that do for us? That looks like straight in with a possible... Is that for a hold, maybe? It wouldn't hold there, surely. Or is that just a descent profile, maybe? So coming in via on the Nibto approach. Let's have a look. Arrival, ILS Yankee 05. Big 2-3 Quebec was that one. No transition. Approach via Nibto. That looks like what we saw. That indeed looks like what we saw. So, does it make a turn, I wonder? Goes Gonga, then it goes Tuvi, then it goes Nibto, then it goes Nibto again. Right, what's this? IMM exit. Hold. Yeah, it is a hold. So we'll just delete that out of there. Flight plan discontinuity, 2 straight to Nibto. Insert. Right, cool. Well, it's still there. How on earth has it still got Nibto in here? Y is usually steeper. Interesting. I know the controls prefer Z, but AI prefers Y for some reason. Probably because it's earlier alphabetically. Lone Wolf, thank you 34 months. To the Rex, thank you 42. Oh, sorry. Dude. That's the problem with bringing up Windows on top, is you forget you've done it and then people can't see what's going on. I apologise. Yeah, so basically coming in here, we had the circle that we... Let me do that again, because that way you can see what I did. Although, who knows what it'll do if I import this again now. No. The alternate flight plan. 1 second. Professional streamer. Yeah, not a professional pilot though. So I did arrival, and then I did ILS Yankee 05, and then I did approach via Nibto. Let me do that temporarily, just to reset it. Right, so you come in like that. Yeah, so this basically it gets to Gonga, which is here, and then after Gonga it goes to Nibto, and then it goes to a hold at Nibto with an exit IMM, which I've not seen before. You can click on the airport button to go straight to Arrival Airport if you're on the flight plan page. Click airport. Oh, as in this? Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I want to get rid of that hold. Do I just click that to get rid of it? Because when I tried to clear it out of there, it didn't actually clear it. Well, we don't have a disco, do we? The point is, it's going to go to Nibto, and then it's going to hold at Nibto, but I don't particularly want it to. That's what it's currently planning to do. We'll figure it out when we get there, because I think we're loaded. Yep, we're loaded up. Let's get out of here. We'll figure it out. Mr. Catweasel, thank you for 79 months. Well, I tried that, Alex, when you couldn't see what I was doing. And what it did was it left the hold in there and just got rid of Nibto. Click on Nibto and remove the hold on that page. Hold, enable. Maybe what you, I don't know. IMM exit. I don't know what that means. I don't think you remove Nibto. I think you want to remove the hold. But again, I don't know what that does. Maybe that just gets rid of it. It looks like it's going Gonga Nibto now. So I think. Oh dear God. No, that's not good, is it? There we go. Although Nibto's gone completely now. So what if we do next waypoint? Let's put it back. Next waypoint Nibto. There we go. And then we have a flight plan disco for some reason, which you can get rid of. Then insert that. Bingo. There we go. And then we'll figure the rest out. Fun with the flight plan. Right, go. Mass and balance. What we're looking at. 60.7, 31.2. Load sheet. So if you what, 60 points. 9? 60.7. Is that the latest load sheet, or we got another one? There's another one coming. 60.7. Believe the tablet's always more correct, is what I've found. 60.7, and then 31.2. Doing that. Fuel tanks 6.4. Block fuel. Now the only thing is, we haven't looked up a couple of things yet. Yeah, performance. So we're going out of 3. Wait a minute. 16. It's dry today. Sync the final load sheet. Sync the live weather. Calculate. Tablet's preliminary sheet. We try to simulate real ops. It seems to always line up with the final load sheet. But yeah, in theory you should take the load sheet, right? And this is an estimate, but in reality they seem to line up perfectly. Uh, 149. 49. Oops. That's wrong. 50, and then production 65, flaps 1. Cool. Good. Yeah, what I want to figure out is how the heck we get out of here. So we get that. What's the load sheet? It's basically a bunch of information about how the aircraft was loaded. So it's like how many packs are on board, um, what the weight of the plane is without all those packs, what it's like now with the fuel, with the passengers, with the cargo they've loaded. It's so that the pilot can basically punch that into the computer and adjust how the plane behaves. Because how you load a plane is really important. Also, so you can sign off on it and say that's fine, it's fit to fly. Because if they overload the plane, it's the captain's responsibility to say I'm not flying, because that is overweight. And I think that's happened, to captains in the past many times. What do you want? Ground sheets, bring up the airport, parking stand, departure, Radley one we want, 5 Golf. And then IRQ, we had an arrival of Big 2, I think. Big 2 would be the Big 2 3 Quebec is that one. Approach, we went in for ILS Yankee 05, and then we'll get the ground charts for parking stands, airport info, airport briefing, general briefing. That one maybe? Yeah, that one. Okay. What if all the packs are obese? Well, they wouldn't have boarded that many in the first place. They would have known. But all passengers aren't obese, are they? Yeah, that's the right. I mean, there's people who just like their entire job is to calculate this stuff. It's very important. Where are we? Why are we not showing? Oh. Why is that not geo-referenced? I can see roughly where we are, but I'm very confused as to why we're not showing on a geo-reference at all. So we're like here somewhere, I think. But it's not showing us. So we want a taxi. Wait, this isn't right. On 6 sensors, so we just want to go north on Delta, don't we? Weird. Is Navigraph Simlink running? Well, it should be. I mean, the parking stands are not usually geo-referenced. You don't usually see them on here, but this usually is. It's a bit weird. And since in the game, did you see it? It flashed up. You could see it then. Just watch about here. You see a little blue thing appear there. It like put us here, and then immediately removed it because we're not there. Like it didn't put us in position. Yeah, he put us there, and it should then move to here, but it's not doing. Weirdly. Okay, let's not worry about it. Let's get the. Let's think about this. Let's get this on. I have to press that twice to make it work. A 3-second delay. So every time I've clicked in the past, nothing happens. You have to wait 3 seconds after turning on the master. Oh, okay. So you turn on the master, and that boots the system, and then you can do it after 3 seconds. Go on. Let's uncage this. You ready for this? Everybody gets really excited about this animation. There you go. That's a massive pain to simulate. Yeah. It's basically sinusoidal curves being gradually diminished. External power, right? Power is available, so we should be able to disconnect that now, and then we can basically bring up the pushback, which should get rid of everything. Screens are still on. Yep. It's always a good sign. I guess we're going that way. Actually, this orientation's not right. Something's not right here. It's almost like we're not at the right airfield. That's what it feels like. Reference low G. That's... yeah, we're not in the right airfield. We can't be. We can't be. Look, low G's at 15 degrees. This is showing like 13. That's a different long lap. We're not at low G. I don't know how or why, but we're not at low G. We should explain why the chart is not georeferencing. Like, I swear on Microsoft Flight Sim, I swear I put low G in. Mr. Black Widow, thank you for a year. But that explains it. But that is just a full-on annoying rip, because now I've got to... I can't slew over there, can I? I can slew, but it'd be almost impossible to slew. Can I go into dev mode and reposition the aircraft based on an airport code, do you think, and then slew it in? That would be a beautiful thing if I could. But I don't know if you can even do that. General options. Let's turn on dev mode and see what we can do. Rather than go through that pain, let's just see if I can do it. Options. POI, airports. Rendering. I don't want any of that. I want to change position. Teleport window. What's this? Here we go. Go to airport. Low G. Select airport. Hold on. Whoa. We might be getting away with this. If I go into slew mode, I could slew us over here somewhere. It's a little bit hacky, but you know, we're slightly desperate right now. Can I yaw to the right? Just put us here somewhere. How about that? Go. What? Oh, you stupid thing. 1 second. Never done this before, so this is interesting. It's cool that you can actually do this, though. Recalibrate RS, possibly. It's the least of our problems right now. Oh, this is where we were last night. It was around about here. Yeah, it was like about here, wasn't we? When we finished up. The trouble with the slew mode is it's not... I can't control it. Like, I just want to move a little bit. Not lots. That'll do. I think it would just close that now. And then come out of slew mode. Oh god, Valance's confused. Volanta's like, your flight is ending soon. No, cancel. Cancel that. Volanta didn't like that very much. End flight. Start new flight. 1 second. Volanta really didn't like that. Alright, there we go. TCX. Okay, reset Volanta. Back out of dev mode now, yeah. Well, that's saved doing all that again. That was interesting. Don't do that on VATSIM, right? Let me cancel that. I'll try bringing it up again. It's not drawing the stuff. Do we need to realign IRS now somehow? Oh, that's looking a lot better. That's looking a lot more like what we were expecting. Okay, right. Bit hacky, but we just got out of trouble. Yeah, I bet you something else works now. Oh, look! Oh, look at that! Commence deboarding. No! Even the Phoenix is confused now. I wonder if that's going to really confuse it. I don't know if the Phoenix is going to get very confused. Oh, in the worst case scenario, it won't deboard. Like, whatever. We can manually deboard it. We'll be fine. Six. Right. Okay. So, we kind of want to... This is an interesting pushback situation. In fact, I don't think we want to push back at all. We want to turn ourselves. We can literally turn ourselves around here. Which means we need to start engines, doesn't it? So, on the overhead, we will go beacon light to on. Put the taxi light on for now, and we'll start an engine. What if we turn the right thing on? Put that on auto, start engine 2. Engine start valve not open. What have I missed? Start valve fault, start valve not open. Oh, have I missed the APU bleed? I have. Yep. Do I need to recycle that? No, it's going. Let's figure it out, I think. We figured it out? There we go. N2's coming up. Right, flight directors are on. 1016 is correct. Did you try and reboot the plane? No, I basically slewed it to the correct airport. To save us having to go through the pain of having to reload everything again. Gowser, thank you for 67 months. Ruben, thank you for 29. Scotty McG, thank you for 42. It was a bit hacky. Mr. Catwiz, thank you for 79. That's not starting up, is it? Well, if it is, that sounds a bit weird. Oh, apparently that was starting sound. Interesting. Gen's on. Definitely spinning up. Where were you? I actually don't know because I thought I put low G in, but I clearly didn't. So I actually don't know where I was. We're definitely at Grasnow though. It's written on the airport. Mistakes were made. Alright, let's have a quick look at the departure out of here. Transition altitude 10,000. Really? Blimey. ATC may request start initial turn with reference to terrain as soon as practical. In this case, terrain clearance has been assured by the pilot up to 3,000 east of the aerodrome. We've got to get 8,500 above Ridley. Looks like this is going to be quite a punchy climb out. We've got some hills. That's what we've got. Put ourselves to 10,000. Right, what are we looking at? 2 clean starts. Let's knock that to normal. Let's turn the APU off. Big lights are on, tax light is on. Let's go. Pugrick, thank you for 17. Cotton Eye Joe, 15, thank you. Reset rudder trim. Haven't done flight control check. Did I move the rudder trim? There we go. Oh, there's a reset there. 0. Thank you. Yeah, good call. I can't remember if that was on... Is it 0.1 down? I can't remember. 0.2 down. .2 down. Spoilers armed. Maximum brake. Controls are working. Slippers are off for takeoff. Very important, otherwise they catch on the rudder pedals on the plates at the bottom. Let's get rid of that. Parking brake is off. Oh, yeah, I've got a little surprise. Hang on. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Ta-da! There you go. Let's see if that works. I'm so dedicated, I set that up at midnight last night. Let's just hope it works. Yeah, I didn't just find something, Alex. I set it up and then basically sat in Photoshop and made my own template. Made my own overlay, basically. And then managed to get to bed at about 1:45 this morning. After I planned all the flights. Now that's streamer dedication, Alex. Not staying up to 3 AM playing FIFA, drinking rum, like some people. Not that there's anything wrong with drinking rum. It wasn't 3 AM and I wasn't drinking rum. Sure, you say that. Lovely conditions today, though. Should be a nice flight. We're going to some nice places today, including Skiathos later, which I'm particularly looking forward to. We're going to hop our way across the Adriatic down towards Turkey. We're going that way today. That's where you're flying now. Nice. I'm doing alright, Mullermeister. How you doing? Alright, 1 second. Let's get the overhead up. Seatbelt signs should have been turned on. We had a lot going on in the cockpit. Let's get the landing lights on. Strobes on auto anyway. Nav and logo lights are fine. Let's have a quick look at the takeoff test. Takeoff test is good. Okay, I think we're good to go. Thank you. Fairly punchy climb out to get over the hills. Yeah, if you bleed your flash. And then we'll hit the chrono as we pass the threshold. Debating what to play today. Depends what mood you're in. Like, do you want to stack bales of hay or shoot people in the face? That's a decision you've got to make. Tough call. Right, 16C is identified. Bringing up the engines. Flex set. Let's go. V1. Yes, coming up. So I always have trouble just getting it into that climb detent. Right, let's get the AP in.
SQRLHNNNG, 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 Strong.
Thank you, points boy. That's the wing view. Awfully big plane to deliver a kebab to pubs. No. Spun the wrong dial there. Finally managed to get your throttles working. Nice. Yeah, if you calibrate the controls, it definitely helps a lot. But even so, just trying to get it in that climb detent is really annoying. Wind view hype. To see how that overlay works out. That's the first time I've been using it today. It looks like, I think the progress meter's starting to work. Yeah, the ETA requires me to punch in the cruise, but I can't work out where to punch the cruise altitude in. So I don't know if it needs me to... It was in the manual somewhere. You have to tell it what your cruise altitude is, which is 29,000, but I can't work out where to put it in. It's not on the edit screen. ETA showing now. Okay, maybe it's just going to calculate it itself then. 10,000 passing, so we'll go standard pressure. And we'll also knock off the landing lights. And the taxi light will come off, and they can go and have a wander. The grey, yes, exactly, Captain Flint. So what you should see is the grey bar, and then the green should come along. And we've just hit a caution, which is narrow bav. Okay, because that needs to be in standard as well. I thought I set them to linked. I'm sure yesterday we set that into sim setting. What was it now? Ephus Barrow. I swear I set that yesterday. Yeah, well past Radley now, so we'll get on the route map. Okay, that's where we are. Need to save it as default, or it'll be different for different liveries. Ah, that's what it is. It's because I changed livery. Save as default. Is that going to save everything? Okay, I think I'll just leave that because I don't know what else I'll be overwriting. I'll just have to remember to change it every time I get the error. Cool. And I should have put that on CARA. Should really have set a code, whatever. You got bacon in the fridge. You've only just realised the person in Phoenix Simulation is cyanide. Yeah. You didn't know it's ambient. I remember him sending me screenshots of this 15 months ago, I think. And it looked beautiful from the outside. It's taken him that long to like code the rest of it. Lights are already done. Let me have a look at the approach chart while I've got some time. Okay. So we're coming on Big 2, which is here. Max 240 knots. Then we're going around 5,000 feet. Very specific about this segment here, look. RQ 412 and 414, we should be at 5,000 feet. We are very much not. Hang on. 412, 414 is still 6,000 feet. So 414, according to this, it's got the speed restriction as 230 here, and then it goes back up to 250, which doesn't seem correct. But it definitely is specifically labeled 5,000 here. Yeah, indeed, Mevy. So I think I'm going to change some of this. So max 210 at 414 and 5,000. We'll start with that, 210 and 414. It says Big 23 Quebec and Gabba 3 Quebec only, which is what we're on. It's got the 210. Send 5,000. What else do we need? Gonga, we should be coming out of Gonga at 3,000 according to this. 5 nautical to drop 2,000 feet. I think we're better doing it at Tuvi. Not that it has a Tuvi on though for some reason. Nibto at 3,000. That's not right. Seriously? Wait, did that just change? From FL... What the heck? That was weird. Turrets, how are you doing? Philip, thank you for 51 months. Why did that change? Because it said flight level 3,000 and then it changed to 3,000, which is what I originally wanted. Let's have a look at the ILS as well. Interesting. So it says 3,000 at Nibto is the entry point, which is what we've commanded, so that should be fine. Okay, that should be good. Yes, I did, King Cobra. I was flying the 737 Monday. I set it all up. I was flying it all day Tuesday, and then Wednesday I got a key to the Phoenix, and I was like, and then I had to basically switch all of my focus from the PMDG to this. Right, we're now at cruise. So, our initial descent then. It's commanding 6,000 out of Big 2. RQ412. So even that is above the profile of what the chart's saying. So the chart's basically saying, by the time you get to RQ412, you should be at 6,000. That's literally what that line's saying. Yeah. But then when you look at this, it's calculated then it's going to be above that. RQ412. So I think we should do that. 6,000, 5,000. Company message, that'll just probably be like the load sheet again. Buccaneer Dan, thank you for 4 years. 4-year hype, dude. Arrival message, that's... we got that because we slewed over to Graz, I think. See, ADC delay card and company tablet and allocate as per 0 MB. Okay. Whatever. This calculates the best descent rate taking into account all the restrictions. You don't have to be at 6,000, but you must not be below 6,000. That's not true though, is it? Because there's no line underneath to say you have to be above 6,000. There's no like minimum. It's not an enforced, it's just, to me, it's a guideline. It's saying 6,000 recommended, 5,000 recommended, but none of it's enforced. Otherwise it would have an underscore if it was a minimum, or a line over the top if it was a maximum. You don't have to be above, but you must not be below. Why doesn't it have a line underneath then? Where are we heading? Jens, I knew you'd ask that question. Top of the screen. Nobody reads what's on the screen. Nobody. Now, we should be coming over. This is, I think, the Adriatic, and we should have Venice at some point down here. You still have to look up where low G and LIQ are. Well, I can't do everything, you know. However, I can do this, which might help you out. There you go. See, so ahead of us is that bay that we just saw, and down there is Venice. So at some point we'll be here, we'll be able to see Venice on the right though. But yeah, we're going down to Florence, Italy. Halfway point in 30 nautical. It's quite a late descent, isn't it? One thing you don't like is the blurry distant night lights at altitude. I think it's a combination of, have a look if you've got lens bloom turned on, because it might be that, because point light sources will bloom if you've got it set to bloom. That and a bit of anti-aliasing. Benna, I did indeed buy, I bought Trondheim. Yes, Benna. It was a pain. Because, so yesterday I bought, oh, what did I buy? Last night I spent like 150 quid on airport scenery. Not even joking. I bought a list of stuff off Orbex, about 6 different airfields. I bought Trondheim. I bought Gatwick off UK 2000, which I got for a tenner because I already had a previous version. Bought Trondheim. I bought one from Aerosoft. What did I get from Aerosoft? I think it was Glasgow. I think I bought Glasgow from Aerosoft. So Aerosoft, you have to install their manager to install the scenery. That one from Trondheim had to install their manager. Like, every single place has their own installation manager, and you have to sign up, create an account, download it, install it, sign in, and then it'll let you install the thing that you bought. It's an absolute pain. Apart from UK 2000, that still just give you an installer. They don't require you to download any installation manager. So now I've got like Orbex, Aerosoft Manager, whatever it was for Trondheim. It's annoying. Well, the Orbex tool, Avalier, is nice because I've got a lot of stuff in Orbex. So if it's available in Orbex, I tend to go for it. Except last night, Orbex has a Gatwick, and UK 2000 has a Gatwick, and the Orbex one is like over £20, and the UK 2000 one is a tenner. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not paying more than double the price. I know UK 2000 scenery is pretty good, so I was quite happy to go with that. What's the flight you're doing? Look at the top of the screen, all the way at the top there. Controller's quite good. One manager with multiple vendors in one app. Not use that one. You're from Lancashire. That's where I'm from, TG. Speaking of contrails, no, I think Venice is there. That's Venice. Not this bit. That bit. Are you happy with Microsoft Flight Sim? Yes. I'm happy with where it's at these days. It's performing pretty well. I mean, let's face it, right? We're now able to fly in what I would call a deeply simulated aircraft, right? In a flight sim which just looks beautiful, let's face it. Loads in really good detailed world scenery, pretty much no matter where you fly now. The clouds look good, the rendering looks good, the light in the cockpit looks good, it has all these things, and you've got a really detailed aircraft. You've got really good vendor support now coming through for airport scenery and stuff. It is genuinely maturing as a product. And it's pretty stable. Like, I had some issues earlier in the week with it crashing out when I spawned at Dublin, but when I reinstalled the Microsoft Visual C++ runtime libraries, that went away. AI traffic and inbuilt ATC is the last hurdle. Yeah, but I can live without it. I mean, if you want ATC, you can go online. There's many options. Not always want VATSIM. Fair enough. I think I saw an add-on that injects traffic from live data. You just install the model matching, and then it'll inject live traffic. Definitely saw that add-on. I don't know what it's called though, but I have seen it. That'll give you other aircraft. But yeah, I mean, that's... Is it AIG? It's just... It's icing on the cake, isn't it? At the end of the day. There's Venice. They do NL hands. It's a bit rudimentary, I think. How many things do you need to buy other than Microsoft Flight Sim to get to where you are now? You don't need airport scenery, right? So you could buy Microsoft Flight Sim and this plane, and pretty much this is what you're going to see. check where the top of the descent's not coming up for a little bit. Yeah, about 50 miles. Zero 05, wasn't it? I think. Runway 05. Let's say dry condition. Our landing weights. Into destination data. Give me a minute, bro. Give me a minute. Oh no, I remember. We got it from a different place, didn't we? We got it from fuel prediction. 60.7 plus 4.2, 64.8. That's the easier place to get it from. Let's say low brake, flaps full, manual land. Is it basically saying we don't have a long enough runway? Okay, let's... Ooh, this is going to be tight. Actually, max reverse. It's not on the long runway, this, by the look of it. 1.5k long. So we need medium brake. Max manual would be fine. Low brake is no good for us. Medium brake is going to put us just shy, so I think we need to go maximum. Because we've got a fairly short runway to land on. This is going to be sporty. It's quite a challenge to get an A320 to get into Florence. Challenge accepted. Right, let's get some... for reverses. Are you sure about that? Hang on. Idle no reverse would give us to this. See, I think with reversers on, I think we'll be fine with a medium brake. And we can just manually apply a little bit more. We don't need to go full on brake, but I'd like to use the reversers. What am I doing? .1015, 25 Celsius. Winds are variable. I don't know how you put variable into this. Did you put 0 degrees? 2 knots? Something like that? Don't know how you put variable. Landing config is full. Didn't check the 0, 0. Fair enough. Landing config. ILS. Category, what did we say it was? Category C? We're category C? 646? I think we are, this should be fun. .110.3. 110.3. That's good. Okay, top of descent coming up soon. There goes Venice. I've never been to Venice. Grubby Zebra, thank you for 8 months. Thanks for having me. Thank you for your support, sir. First time flight sim player, Doc Strange. I did a YouTube series back in 2020 for new people flying. just teach you the basics of flying. Probably a good place to start. Wouldn't go anywhere near a big jet initially. I would just stick with the basics. Go and learn some of the basics. I did a tutorial series, about 7 or 8 videos, and that should get you through taking off and landing and stuff. And also some controller config. Ride on a gondola, indeed. I can't believe look how many farming fields there are around here. It's insane. It's like a patchwork quilt. Nah, don't want to do that, Sim Games fan. Love to go back and explore Mount Etna. I didn't like Sicily that much when I went. I just found it, especially the port, it was a bit dirty and horrible. Wasn't a massive fan. Well, progress bar seems to be working okay. No, James. Not yet, sir, not yet. How do I get the views? What, do you mean these? Like this stuff? Who's that? There's a guy on YouTube did a video specifically on views. What was his name? Showed you how to configure the views. Otherwise I'd just be repeating what he already... Hang on one sec. Quickly see if I can find it. I did have it kicking around somewhere. Custom views, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Right, so let me just get you a link to this. Go and watch this guy's video. He did a fairly detailed video on setting up your views. That'll let you set things up as roughly as I've got them. The only difference between what he's done and what I've got is I've got Stream Deck buttons. But otherwise, it's literally just pressing the numeric keypad over here like that, see? So if I press the numeric keys over here, it's just doing what this does when I press the Stream Deck. Right, we are descending. Scenery these days is so good. How did you get a star into Volanta? Sim Brief doesn't normally give you one. You get... This seems to be turning a lot. Is this right? Yeah, that's fine. Get a bit concerned then. You get the... Into 05, I got the Big 2-3 Quebec arrival. You don't... There is no actual star. You click arrive via, and then I put in... Nimbo, I think, something like that. One sec. Yeah, so if I quickly put that up. Nibto, that was it. So there is no actual star, but you can go via Nibto, which is about here somewhere. So the arrival brings you in this way, and then Nibto's about here. And on the Airbus, you can click arrive via, and then it's got Nibto in that list. And then you just need to remove the whole pattern that it automatically puts in. Do you have to reconfigure the altimeter, or does it do it automatically? What do you mean reconfigure it? PC gaming. It will never automatically change. When you're out of standard, it won't change this pressure here automatically. You still do it yourself. The quick way of doing it is to press the B key. If you press the B key, it's in standard, but if you press the B key, it will pick up the local Q&H automatically. Save you looking it up. But, you know, in this aircraft, you can quickly look it up. You just go to that first one there and go to My Flight. If you've got your flight loaded, you just refresh it, and the Q&H is right at the end there. So that's the Q&H at the arrival airfield. Not what you are now, but the arrival airfield.